introduction, um, Mr. Gold is our Chief Academic Officer. And just so you understand our district, and I kind of explained it last week, on Monday was this week, with Dr. Wanza, just how big this place is. 226 principals and 17 some odd thousand teachers, 150 schools. It is a big place. And Mr. Gold is the driver of the curriculum in our district and a huge supporter of international affairs and global education. So I am excited that he was able to take a few minutes this morning to join us. So with that, Mr. Gold, you take it away.
So good morning, everyone, and thank you, Principal Thomas, for that wonderful, kind introduction. And I hope that as we find ourselves here and where I sit, which is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, it's February 5th, that everyone is well and that you are safe. And I want to thank you as an educator and as a learner for the time you have spent this week being together. Especially given the events of the last year, there has been so much that can divide and isolate us. There have been conditions in different localities, whether it's regional, national, but certainly our international, global pandemic has a way of leaving people where they're not sure that they're even able to be safe while being with others. But your commitment, each of you as individuals and your school communities has found ways to make sure that you are building the relationships that is characteristic of our common humanity. And I'm just so grateful for that. A little bit about myself, Principal Thomas said, you know, I'm a fan of globalization, and that you can say that global learning is something that we all want, but it's by the actions of Principal Thomas and his teachers and students at Pompano Beach High School here that we've been able to try and spread that with a variety of programs so that we're trying to ensure that every student who spends time in our school system comes to understand their local community, obviously their regional and state community, but most importantly, that we live on one planet and that we are one species and that we have more in common than will ever divide us. And we try and focus our learning on a couple of big ideas, and I'll focus on two. One is that we should all have common logics. Logics such as mathematics, logics such as science. Logics to try and make sure that we understand our environmental conditions. What has been the history, not just of weather, but of climate. How we make sure that we have the same fact base. But it's not enough to have logic. We are creative creatures and we need languages. And from languages come cultures and traditions. And as we approach the Lunar New Year, happy Lunar New Year to everyone who's going to be celebrating that. And I hope all of you will find ways to celebrate what is rooted in prehistory. People who found a way to say that it's the first new moon after the second full moon, after the winter solstice. Think of all that's tied together there of observation of the earth combined with the creation of culture. That is what it is we need to make sure, not in prehistory, but in today and in the future goes on. Teachers, administrators, I don't think we're going to make it, but about half our students will live to party in 2099. They will be in the 22nd century. And their children and grandchildren will be the ones who craft the 22nd century from the learnings we do today. What really binds us is not just our histories, but the questions which those who came before us and those we are now are asking. And we need to find ways to share those questions and focus on the search for answers, then committing to sectarian solutions of what those answers are. We have seen, if we are students of history, how conditions change, and we must have an open mind to have an open concept of what the future will be and not reduce it to that which has come before. It is with this meeting that you have spent this week that those questions are being shared, those relationships are being built, and a future that is so bright is being built. Principal Thomas, everyone, thank you. I want to give a special shout out to a couple of folks. First of all, I have had the opportunity to literally travel the globe, right? So I started in the United States and went east into China, and then through Russia, and then Europe, and then back to the United States. But I spent a year as an educator in Zimbabwe. I was an advanced level computer science teacher at the School of Kutama College, and I have never forgotten that. And it led me to do international education work in Turkey, in the Gambia, in Europe, and other places. You are my heroes. Thank you for this event and your time, and I support each and every one of you in the work you do. And with that, Principal Thomas, I'm going to hand it back to you and your wonderful team of colleagues.
Thank you, Mr. Gold. I really appreciate the time, and obviously your support definitely helped make this happen. So our next special guest is Miss Julia Polovsky. Now, she has a very special place in my heart because I can't honestly say, without her, we probably wouldn't be here today. I had, as an incoming principal at Pompano Beach High School, really didn't know much, but I always had a desire to push things and push teachers to do more. And Julia was the one. She had the fire, she had the desire, and had that mind to travel and experience new things. And it wasn't hard. It was easy, actually, to put a team together to make that first summit of 3 students from Finland, built on a relationship that she had made that has brought us here today. So it is my great pleasure and to see her in person, Julia Polovsky.
Oh, thank you. You're my people. As I travel through this profession, I'm going to cry because I want to just frame this by saying, the Pompano years were the best professionally I have ever had. And I will wrap up my very tiny talk with why that is. So let me say what motivates me. When I was in high school, I read Mark Twain. And I read this line that said, travel is the antidote to prejudice, and it just resounded in my head. If we come to know people and cultures and we become at ease with them and we partake of food and fun and laughter and vodka or wine or wherever we are, things change. And I say that because in Poland, there's a ceremony when you come to the door, So it's about people, and that was always in my head. It's not about money. It's not even about the illustrious summits that we make. It's about people. And then when I taught at the Putney School, Emily Jones, the dean, said to me, when I was trying to make something happen in Sweden, she said, the only thing that you have to do in this world to make anything happen is have a relationship. You don't have to have 20. You just have to have a relationship. And I had been traveling through grants, meeting teachers, and I will never forget. I had just come back from Sweden, walked onto the campus. Mr. Thomas was greeting us all back. I don't even remember the year, 2010. And he said, I'm thinking about doing some kind of educational summit. You know anybody? And I'm thinking, wow, I do. And we can bring them there. And they're the kind of people on fire who would definitely come. And he made that happen. And it was fun. Anything that's too hard in this world is you shouldn't be doing it yet, or you haven't thought it out yet. But we were all just ready to go. So I just want to say that. I also want to say how incredibly proud I am that something that was built when I'm there is still going and I'm obsolete. I think that's the goal for me, even in my communities in Boston, to become obsolete, to teach a community something and then just, extract yourself. You're done. They can handle it. And then I think about legacy, and that's what a legacy is. A legacy isn't about you, it's about the people you serve after you're gone. And I know that I don't know when you're all retiring, you threaten it every year, but long after you're gone, Mr. Thomas and Ms. Carlson, hopefully this will continue. This will continue. Anna and I met we met in a silly way. I was on a grant in India and so was she. We weren't even on the same grant, and we got along, and so she could come back the second year. So what I want to say is that just make relationships, and if you have a proclivity to be passionate about a project, two people coming together with good minds and passion can do it, right? And then you have to find the people that support you. So I want to end this little talk with how I started, which is Pompano Beach High School is without a doubt the best professional years of my life, and for every bit as much as what I was able to accomplish with the kids, but really because I had an administration that had faith in me to do the things I wanted to do. And that is so important because so many teachers have such great ideas and you get slapped down, or sometimes it's not the way things go, or, but here was an administration that let me be like all that I could be, like any crazy idea that I thought up, and then we made it happen. So I want to thank Mr. Thomas, Miss Carlson. I want to thank Jill. Unbelievable to watch you grow from a math teacher into a leader, and I don't even recognize you. You look so fabulous. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for showing me really the most sophisticated administration and the most co-intentional learning administration I've ever had the pleasure to work with. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much. Again, things happen for a reason, and you being part of our school at the time was absolutely necessary for us to be able to grow in the way that we have and to be here even today. So I want to kind of turn things over a little bit to Ms. Samaru. And in doing so, I want to be able to kind of put things in perspective. We have so many meetings and to be able to be here today. And Jill will be the one that make things happen. Everybody had assignments and things that they had to do, and somehow, some way, even if we didn't understand, we blindly did it because Jill would say, "I've got this," which is the code word for us not to worry. If she doesn't say, "I've got this," everybody should be worrying. Once she says the famous 2 words or 3 words, "I have got this," everybody can relax. And we're here today because of that. There's a list of people that's on our team, and I don't want to not mention them. Obviously, there's Jill, and if you're an adult, you heard from Lori Carlson, and there is Lisa Spencer, our other administrator, who came into Pompano and got sent to China like in 2 months. I said, "Oh, you came to be an assistant principal? Oh, you're going to China next month." So, and then went to Europe after that. And then she came in and ran with it. And because you have to buy into an idea, right, to be part of a culture. And we have other people that some of you have met, Arif Mumtaz. I wish that they would highlight them because I don't know where they are. But Arif Mumtaz, he did the website. So the face of everything that you see, he did that. And Jill probably can tell you what some of the other things that they do, but Anne took care of the ambassadors. And then we have Yvonne Coronado, who's the IT person who's making all that stuff happen. And the voices that you hear a lot of time is that of Mr. Claudet. He is like, anything you want recorded, so Mr. Claudet, we need to have this recorded, and you hear him. So it's absolutely a team effort. Yes, Jill is the lead, but it took all of us to make that happen. And then we truly appreciate every single one of them to be able to make that happen. Then, as I mentioned also in the other session with the adult, then we had the addition this year of the rest of some of you have been with us for such a long time. Anna and Thais and Natalie and Nazreen and Anne, and to be not just be outsiders, you guys were insiders in the planning of the summit. And according to Jill, it couldn't happen without you as well. So I wanted to have all those names. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but I want to turn it over to Jill now. And Jill, if you don't mind, give us a little perspective of how this happened and all your organizers, of your student organizers, and that created this awesome summit. And I want to say thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's helped me along the way, because when Mr. Thomas first said that we're going to do this virtually, and Jill, you got this, I said to him, no, I don't. I had no idea how I was going to make this happen. It was countless hours of meetings, and the students really have been what made this possible, along with all the adults, but the students behind the scenes, contacting all the countries beforehand and setting up the meetings, and they had countless meetings with me, and I know I went on and on with them, and we were just trying to figure things out. So it was a trial and error phase, but I hope it looked good on your end, and it was worth it to me, all the hours that we put in. And Mr. Mumtaz, I don't know if he's on. I know him and Yvonne are working on a special surprise closing for you all that we just thought of, like at 10 o'clock last night. We're contacting people to try to make this happen. And that's how this whole summit has been, you know, oh, we could do this, and oh, we can do that, and we just put it all together and make it happen, because we've never done anything remotely like this before. So we didn't think of things until right when it was happening and said, well, can we make this happen? And if we could, we tried our best to make it happen. So I really appreciate all of the help from, you know, Anna and Thais and Anne from Ireland and Natalie from France and Michael from Switzerland, who I think is still working on a project for me for our closing, and Maya from India. You all were instrumental in putting this together, and your constant feedback and quick responses. I would ask something of you all and I'd get 10 responses, and like, oh my God, you guys are just so amazing. So I know that our students got a lot out of this experience. I hope that your students got just as great of an experience from this whole event. And thank you, Mr. Thomas, for trusting me to make this happen. And the team of the whole, I would say, first floor here was all in on this idea and helped make this possible. So what I want to do at this time is everyone turn their cameras on, and we're going to take a giant group picture online, all sitting in stadium mode. So let's see how this works. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see what you look like. Okay, so everyone we have 192 people on this call, and we can fit up to 300 in stadium mode. So everyone turn your cameras on. We want to see you. We want to commemorate this whole experience. Our host families are here with us.
Hello.
Our country ambassadors, some of our teachers, our group leaders, cadre leaders. Okay, is that everybody that wants to turn their camera on? I wish more of you would.
Come on, let's turn on those cameras.
Come on, we want to see you. All right. Well, here we go. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you all for that. Save this. Okay, so at this time we have some guest speakers that would like to share their experience with our past, I'm going to unspotlight myself, past summits and what it has meant to them to be a part of the summit. So those that have just gone through our virtual international summit can get in their minds and thinking of, okay, well, now I've done this international summit, now what? What does this really mean to me? That you've done this whole week of learning. So first up is Olivia Stack. Are you still with us, Olivia? Let me see on the list here because I know she had to leave the earliest. Yes, she is. So I'm going to go ahead, Olivia. Would you please share with us being in these international summits, what that's meant to you and what doors that open?
Yeah, I was a part of the International Summit in 2017. I found my shirt. Gotta represent. But that was my senior year of high school, and that was a crazy week. But I just look back on that. There's so many memories I have from that one week. We did so much. It was incredible that I just got to spend like 7-ish days with these people from all over the world. I was a group leader, so I got to I don't know if you guys are still organizing the groups this way or whatever, but I got to be one of a couple students from Pompano High, and there were, I think, 8 countries represented that year. So we had just a couple students from each of the international schools in my group, and it was just awesome to be able to talk with these people and just like hear their experiences and just really get to share life together. It just gave me such a different perspective of like, oh, hey, these people think this way, and these are the experiences that these others have gone through. I love being able to look at things through different perspectives. That's something I think the summit really grew me in as well. And I think that really helps with empathy in general. Miss P, shout out to Miss P. I got to have her for drama in 9th grade. It was so great. But I remember her, she had just mentioned how, having relationships is just a foundation for so much of what we do. And I think the summit really helped in, hey, this is how we can view relationships. This is how we can view global relationships. We have amazing technology. Like, we're able to do this summit this year. I'm in Gainesville. Y'all are across the world. And it's so cool that we can still have these friendships. I remember, like, I felt so close with these people by the end of the week. I think I'd gotten particularly close to a couple of the girls from Egypt, and I remember like convincing my mom to get up early on Saturday morning so I could be in the van that rode with them to the airport. So I was like, dang, I want to see my friends again. And because of my experiences with the summit, that summer I ended up going on Pompano's trip to China. And that was so cool. I got to be in China for 2 weeks. And again, that was just another eye-opening experience to, hey, these are ways that other people live lives. I love being able to view things from different perspectives. I came to really appreciate travel and My freshman year of college, I got to go on a mission trip to Germany during spring break. And that was amazing. It was specifically reaching out to refugees. So I got to talk to people from all over. I got to talk to people from different parts of Africa, from across the Middle East, and of course to people in Germany, people who are from Germany. So I really want to travel again. I was, hoping to travel again this spring break, but that I don't even have spring break this semester, so that won't happen. But I'm so excited about what the future holds. Actually, I'm really hoping to get into a program in England after I graduate next year. So yeah,
Thank you,
I'm
Olivia,
hoping
so much for your words. We need to move on. And next up, thank you for sharing your experience. Thomas from Poland is on the line, and he would like to share his experience with the summit and what he's doing now. Thomas, can you hear us?
First, yeah. Can you hear me too?
Yes, I can.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank Miss Julia Polovsky, Miss Anna, and Principal Thomas Hudson for amazing work that allowed me to be here. And also great hospitality of my host family allowed me to interact well with the US culture. And this exchange with Pompano Beach High School was, I think, the first moment in my life when I could really feel that making friends with people from other countries and collaborating with people from other countries, especially in the field of education and culture, is actually possible. The only thing that can stay is me just staying in home and not moving away. So thanks to this cultural exchange, I could actually experience that collaboration matters and traveling matters. And without this experience, I certainly wouldn't even think of studying abroad because, well, all of my family and friends just by default assume that I will go to the Polish university. But after Pompano Beach Exchange, I actually started to dream of studying abroad, studying in US, especially at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And now this dream come true. I'm coming to the US in around 6 months. I will almost be neighbor with Julia Perlovsky, so we will certainly meet. And I think this is my greatest success that I got in. And this wouldn't be possible even in 1% without the great experience of educational and cultural exchange with students at Pompano Beach. This was the great breakthrough in my life, and I think it completely changed my entire perspective on life, on people, on education. And
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much
so
for this
much.
opportunity.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Well put. We're happy that you've had such an impact on your life. Next up, we have Jason from Pompano Beach High School. Jason, are you on the line with us?
Yes, I am.
If
Hello.
you could just quickly, what has happened after graduating and what the experiences that you've had.
So great, thank you. So definitely, so I was part of one of the first summits in 2017 where I got to meet Anna O'Reilly, as well as Anna from Poland and other teachers, administrators as well. And that really kicked off my international experiences because like the following year, I also got more in touch with Miss Natalie from France and her exchange students, one of which actually I was a host family with, and we actually like still keep in touch to this day. I went over to France as well and got to interact with them. And then after graduation, I traveled to Europe for like 2 months. And I just traveled, like hopped from country to country, just visiting friends that I met along in the summit. And for me, definitely my advice to all the students out there is that don't lose touch, keep in touch, because the relationships and bonds you make during the summit or even like further on, you have no idea how small the world is. Like I was in another country and somebody knew of me through a mutual friend, and we just met up randomly in like in the Czech Republic, just out of the blue for the weekend. So don't think that this is just a one-time event. This summit is, built on the idea of community. You make these lifelong bonds, even with among the administrators and the staff. Definitely, you can see how close they all are, even halfway across the world. That distance can actually make the bond even stronger. And there is Mara. Mara has been with us since 2017 as well. And I've met her every single year without we didn't know that we were going to see each other. And in the end, we've known each other for 5 years now. And I got to visit her in Switzerland as well. And I think she's in one of my Polaroids that
Thank you so much, Jason. We're now actually going to hear from Mara.
Hi everyone, my name is Mara. I am from Switzerland and I'm here to talk to you guys about my experience at the summit. I've actually been there twice, once in 2017 and once again in 2019. As far as I can tell, this is an experience I'll probably never forget because I've met so many new people. I've learned so many new things about all the countries and their cultures and all that stuff. But for me personally, probably the best thing ever was to get to know all these different people from all over the world. I still talk to them until today. For example, in summer 2019, Jason came to visit me. He was a student of the Pompano Beach High School. And I've met him at the summit 2017. And he made a tour all over Europe. So he stayed at a lot of homes from also former people he knows from the summit. So for me personally, it was a fun experience because we get to talk to each other and about all that stuff that happened, and I've seen him already 5 times since 2017. He's not the only one that I still talk to. For example, I still talk to Gabby, who is also a former student from the Pompano Beach High School. I've already seen her twice, I think. And yeah, for me, that was the best experience ever. And I think it's so sad that you guys have to do this all on that virtual platform. But I still hope that you still get a chance to talk to each other and to get your Instagram, Snapchats, etc.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to hear from Lily, another Pompano grad, if she can share her experience.
Hi, everyone. I would just say the International Summit obviously is life-changing. We all knew that. I started in 2017 at Pompano, and I had met people for the first time, Miss Anna, in addition to students from Switzerland like Mara, and I just didn't even know what the International Summit was at that time. And now at this point in my life, still out of high school and in college, it's all that I talk about. I got here and I told my new friends about this amazing program that I was part of and the opportunity that I had, and they all just keep telling me, when can we take a field trip to your school? When can we meet all these people as well? And I think that it really shines light on the opportunity that I had at Pompano and the opportunity that I had to meet all of you people, because it just is this connection that I never thought that I would have. I'm not somebody who enjoys traveling. I didn't think that I ever wanted to travel. I'm very much a homebody, but once I began this experience and I met all of you, I have such an appreciation for it now, and I'm already planning my study abroad for next summer. I'm very much excited to travel, and I even intended to go to Poland. We all know COVID took over, but I'll get there one day, and that's super exciting. My International Summit in 2019, I don't even know if I slept, but I know that I met so many people that I had such an amazing time that I'll remember it forever. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Lily. And last but definitely not least, we have a video that was sent in to us from Egypt of 2 students. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure that you can hear it.
Hello from Egypt, guys. I'm Ahmed Al-Hadibi. And I'm Mu'min Hamza, and we've both participated in the 2019 Pompano Beach High School International Summit. We can't believe that it's already been 2 years since we participated in this summit. And we also want to say that the summit has positively changed both of us from the personal, social, and cultural aspect. In addition, the summit boosted my confidence and self-esteem, made me more interactive and sociable with people, and widened my cultural view to the world.
This summit expanded my opportunities and it made me more aware of the outside world, and it opened the gate for new decisions. Therefore, I took the chance to study abroad in the University of West of England as a computer science major.
On the other hand, I've decided to stay in Egypt and study electronics and communications engineering in the Arab Academy for Science and Technology.
I believe that this summit has been a great factor in both our decisions.
And it also played a very important part in the development of both our personalities and mindsets.
Finally, we both recommend that if anyone has the chance to participate in a summit like this, to take it immediately, because it's a great experience overall, and it's a decision that you will never regret and a memory that you'll never forget.
Make sure you take the first chance to come to Egypt, and we'll also make sure to drop our Instagram and Snapchat accounts because we'll be here anytime to show you around.
Okay, thank you very much. So at this time, we're actually going to move to our different summit delegates to give us a reflection on their experience. So as you start speaking, I will highlight you. I just want to remind you, if you can please mute yourself if you are not speaking, and then when you're done speaking, if you can please mute yourself again so that we're not hearing typing or feedback from other places. Thank you very much. So first, we'd like to hear from China Fudan. If you can tell us about your experience and reflection to the question that you were given. You'll need to unmute yourself to start speaking. Okay. No? All right, so we will.
I'm asking if the student is here. Nancy.
对啊，
你可以开始吗？
我不是辅导，我是南凯啊。
哦，不是你，我们组里有个 Nancy。
是你们是辅导，不是我。
对，我知道。I don't think she's here right now.
Okay, we'll move on. Is China Nankai here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yes. If you can state your question that you were given and your reflection from your school, please.
Okay, so my topic is about what did I learn from the American students? Well, from my own perspective, because I'm not the kind of person who is always brave enough to speak in public, so I really admire the confidence they have. In my group, American students are very open. No matter what the situation is, they will just say what they want to say, whatever the others will think about their words. What's more, they have a strong leadership. The first day, everyone is not familiar with each other, and the conversation was so embarrassed. But they were just trying to make the conversation more active and to make the guests to feel more comfortable. In addition, the students in American told me the true side of America. Because I'm going to be an international student in the future, so I really care about the safety in America. As we all know that there are a lot of news reporting about the shooting crimes and they're exaggerating the truth. So they told me that it's actually fine, and that really made me a lot relieved. Last but not least, they are so patient and friendly to us because we're just so worried about how to do it to sign up the account at the first day. But they teach us patiently and explain to us. Generally speaking, we had a lot of fun and learned new things during this summit. And this is such a meaningful experience to find out the things that we still need to improve and to enrich our news. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Egypt. You can introduce yourself, tell us what the question you were given, and respond, please.
Hi, my name is Lael. I'm from Egypt. I was asked what surprised me the most during the summit. Now, the first thing that surprised me was how well the summit was organized and carried, despite what we are going through right now because of the pandemic. I mean, I never expected that something could be done virtually, yet turn out so good. I had one of the most amazing experiences, and it really helped me broaden my horizon about different people, different countries, histories, cultures, and so on. Uh, Most would probably be how similar yet very different each individual is. Like each person comes from a totally different country, has a different language, yet the moment we all started getting to know or music or the trends, and it really surprised me because it made me realize how easy it is to form friendships from all over the world and find joy in the little things. There were so many things I knew about, but never really knew where it actually originated from. And getting to learn about things like that made me very interested in researching and learning more about different cultures and their history. Overall, this was one of the most incredible experiences I ever had. And I kind of don't want to graduate this year because I wish I could do this again next year. But at the end, I'd like to thank everyone and anyone who was part of this summit, who took the time to give us such a wonderful experience. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have France. Delegate from France, can you please share?
Yes, it's me.
Okay.
So
Please
hello.
introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Theo. I'm 16 and I'm from Delegate High School in France. So the French team was asked, what did we learn about high school classrooms in Florida, USA, and what surprised us? So we were surprised by the kindness of the teachers. Like most of the teachers have fun with their students. And in France, it's more like formal. Also, we were surprised that in the United States, students have fixed schedules, while in France, we don't have the same schedules. Like if I do have an option, I'm not gonna start classes like my other classmates. And also our country ambassadors told me that you have in the United States 2-hour-long classes, and in France it's only 1 hour long. It's not 2 hour long every time. And also I like the fact you have leadership classes because I find it very interesting. And in France we don't have that kind of subject. So that's it. And also like about the universities, I thought it was great that you have like big universities that looks like small towns, and you have a sports team and shops where you can buy clothes with the motto of the university. Like you feel a part of the university. And in France, it's more formal. Like we go in buildings, we have classes, and then we go home. It's not like that.
Thank you
And
very
that's it.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, Germany.
Hi guys. For the ones who don't know me yet, I'm Jonah from Germany, and yeah, I was asked about the differences between our classes and the classes from Pompano, and yeah, I think there's not one very big difference between our classes and the classes from Pompano, but of course there are differences. So for example, I think that in Germany or at my school, we don't have this big variety of classes. So of course, we can choose between some courses and so on, but you know, it's simply not this diversity as it's in America. So you can't really compare it. And yeah, difference generally between our schools is also that for German schools, sport is just not as important as it is for American schools. So we don't have so many teams, and our teams are also not very good at all. Because yeah, here it's like after school, everyone goes to his own club, and so that's not really connected to our schools. And yeah, I think that's the biggest difference. And yeah, before the summit is over, I'd also like to tell you something about my experiences of the summit generally. So when my teachers asked me if I wanted to be a part of the summit, I was just like, yeah, okay, that sounds really cool. Let's try it. And yeah, this can be a good experience, and maybe I'll meet some cool people and so on. But I didn't really know what to expect. But of course, I said yes. And now at the end of the summit, I definitely have to say that I'm so glad that I did it, because it really was such an awesome experience, and I met so many nice people, very, very, very nice people. And yeah, I hope that I'll stay good friends with them, or that we even get better friends, because you know, these days the world, it's just smaller than it was maybe 20 years ago or something, because you know, you can video chat and easily like messages to each other and stuff like that. So yeah, the world is just smaller. It simply got smaller, and yeah, that's why I think that it's up to our generation to stay in close contact with each other, and to fix these connections. And yeah, so generally, I think that this summit was a very great chance to do that, and that it also was a very great chance to learn something about other cultures and to drive racism out, you know. And so I really, really love this summit, and it was absolutely a pleasure to me to be part of it.
Thank you so much, Jonah. Okay, next is India. Do we have our representative from India ready?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Nikita from India. So the question that I was given was, what made the summit so special to you? So connection is the energy that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, when they can give and receive without judgment, and when they desire sustenance and strength from the relationship. So as human beings, we all seek various means to form connections, and this summit provided one. I have always wanted to travel the world, experience new things, make friends from different backgrounds. What made this summit so special to me was the cadre I had been assigned to. Though we were miles apart, we grew so close so quickly. I used to believe that if you were from divergent cultures, you were bound to be poles apart. But once we started conversing and connecting, I felt a barrier break and a bridge form. I found more similarities than differences. We ended up talking for hours past our allotted time, and I still didn't want to leave. Maybe it's not about the length of the time we've known someone, and it's more about the instant recognition on an unconscious level. My fellow mates, my school, and especially I are so grateful to PBHS and its phenomenal team of teachers, counselors, students, and the principals for putting together this sublime experience in the face of the present pandemic scenario. This event was so immersive and beautifully coordinated, and support was always there when we needed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nepal.
Hello. Hello, I'm Sakshi from City City in Nepal, and today I'll be answering the question we were asked, which was, what is something we hope to replicate at our school that we learned from another school at the summit on behalf of the students of Malpi and also our teacher, Mr. Pravin Desar and Mrs. Nishi Shrestha. First, we would like to start off by thanking Pompano Beach High School for organizing this cultural exchange program. We've gotten this opportunity to meet so many people from different backgrounds and different countries and learn about their cultures, traditions, and all about their schools as well. It was a wonderful experience overall. We realized how different every school is and is unique in their own way. There are some amazing things that we have found really interesting about the schools in this summit, such as the 3D printers. We would definitely love to propose this new technology in our school to be implemented. The long working hours in some schools also seemed very effective. And last but not the least, the clubs. The clubs such as the Anime Club, Comic Book Club, and Sign Language Club. These clubs really caught our attention, and we would definitely propose this club to our school to be implemented as well. Overall, the Mulpiites, along with the teachers, had an enriching experience, and we are really grateful to be a part of this show. We would love to have all of you here in our small but beautiful country, Nepal, once it's safe to travel. Thank you all. Stay safe and stay happy.
Aw, thank you very much. We're gonna go back to China, who is now ready. China Fudan.
Yes. Hi everyone. My name is Nancy. I'm honored to be elected as a representative of China. It is obvious that the activity does not increase my knowledge, but also broaden my view. For example, I learned about foreign educational mechanisms and winning colors. Yeah, my strongest is blue and my weakest is red. I also remember doing a flame test in chemistry. I think that's interesting. Yesterday, we also shared some popular music from different countries. Each song has a different style, but it is very nice. In my opinion, I like the part of the school introduction best because it made me discover the differences between different countries and schools, and it aroused my interest in studying abroad. I think this activity was very successful. Thanks to Pompano Beach High School for providing us with this opportunity to communicate with international friends and build up the friendship of the global world. For Chinese students, this is not only an opportunity to improve our spoken English, but also an opportunity to increase their knowledge. Through one event after another, I found that every country was fully prepared. I can learn a lot from each activity. I also made some friends in these activities. If there is a chance, I would like to join it again. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have one other school from India that would like to share.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Am I audible? Yeah. The question I was given was, what did you learn about another country that attended the International Summit 2021? Yeah. Move on to that. It truly was an honor to be part of this spectacle of a summit, and I would like to express my deepest gratitude towards Pompano Beach High School for giving us the opportunity. With each participant presenting about their cultures, their geography, their cuisines, their way of living, if I may. It was most certainly a dreadful task, picking one specific country. However, owing to the fact that we were paired with Mexico for the classroom presentation, I continue with Mexico for the starting point in my answering of the question. Again, there was a lot to learn from their presentation, which consisted of a plethora of things, ranging from the form of government to the vast Mayan history embedded within the country, to the alluring cenotes, and so much more. We found out about different magical cities within Mexico and what they were. One particular thing that stood out for me personally was the Mayan ball game, which is a game with very ancient and historic origins, in which a ball weighing a massive 3 to 4 kgs is thrown into a vertical hoop in a manner similar to basketball, except without the usage of hands. The intriguing part is about the sacrifice that was in ancient times performed after the game ends. It still remains rather foggy and inconclusive whether it was the winning team or the losing that would sacrifice, which might leave you rather perplexed. The concept behind each side of the argument was that the losing team was sacrificed simply because they were not good enough, and the winning team would be sacrificed because it would be considered an honor to the gods, an honor to be sacrificed for the gods and in the presence of the gods. Please do correct my understanding if it's wrong, but yeah, before I do exceed my time limit, I will stop myself. But all in all, holistically, it was certainly a pleasure attending the summit through everything. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ireland.
My name is Hazel. My question was what made me realize that there are a variety of ways to do things differently. In the cultural presentations and just by talking to people, I seen and learned a lot about different festivals, school days, and traditional food and dances in every country. I learned that every country is different to the next and that we all celebrate things in diverse ways. One thing that I seen throughout this week that stood out to me was the length of the school days in different countries, as some schools start as early as 7 a.m. in the morning and can finish very late in the evening. Some schools also go to school on the weekend, which I think is kind of weird. I've had a very positive experience with this international summit, and it's an experience I won't forget. I've learned a lot about different countries from all over the world, and I really enjoyed going to the cadre meetings every day and just talking to everyone. I felt comfortable in the cadre meetings, and the leader was very nice and made it very easy to talk to everyone. I've really enjoyed my experience at the Pompano Beach High School International Summit, and I think I speak on behalf of Ireland when I say we appreciate everything you have done to make the summit possible.
Thank you so much, Hazel. Next up is Mexico.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elias. I'm from Mexico. And first of all, before I get into my question quickly, I just want to say thank you to everyone involved, to obviously the Pompano Beach High School teachers and each country's teachers. I know they've been hardworking for us to be here. My mom's an English teacher, so I know the trouble it can be. Anyway, my question was what has impacted you the most about the summit? And I think the biggest thing I'm taking home from the summit is learning from other cultures. It's a great experience, but also the fact that you can share your own culture with other people. For example, in my cadre meetings, we had an instance where we would be sharing tourist places or places we recommended, no? And I would share about maybe our architecture. That's something maybe you don't really think as a local. And people from Switzerland were sharing their landscape, which they don't find quite, maybe they don't find quite amazing as much as other people who don't get to see it daily do, right? So I just wanted to say that I'm taking that it's so important to know about your own culture as it is wanting to learn from others, right? So it was an amazing experience overall, and I think I was talking with my my friends from Mexico that also participate in the summit, and we can all agree on that. So thank you very much, and that's it.
Thank you very much, Elias. Next is Poland.
Hi, my name is Natalia, and my question was, what activity did you enjoy so that you wished it would not end? So have you ever wondered over this week why is it that we, high school students, are faster to learn foreign languages, history, culture, and the world map of Brazil, China, Egypt, France, Germany, India, Ireland, Mexico, Nepal, Poland, Switzerland, Turkey, USA, United Kingdom, and Zimbabwe here at the summit than at school? Have you ever wondered over this week how to motivate yourself to study foreign languages and be brave enough to speak up your mind at an international forum? You have? Well, so have I. It turned out to me so clear that our Pompano Beach High School International Summit is one great never-ending lesson that if it is continued, we all present here will be well-minded human beings. Apart from that, how many of you after this week love using technology and appreciate quality time with global friends in front of the computer? Just about everybody. everybody, right? Well, imagine having virtual global 3D lessons 2 hours per week in each semester, where there are always the online lessons and everything runs smoothly under the guidance of Mr. Ronald Hawley from Pompano Beach High School. Raise your hand, please, if you vote for it, so we can ask Principal Hudson Thomas for a permission to organize global 3D lessons for us with Mr. Hawley. You think that's possible? The International Summit will not be complete without a word of gratitude towards all who have been responsible in their own distinct way to make the event a success and really global. A big shout out to Principal Hudson Thomas, Ms. Jill Samaru, Ms. Carlson, Ms. Spencer, Mr. Montes, faculty members, host families, students who organized the summit seamlessly and giving attention to every detail. Your enthusiasm and hands-on involvement translated into synergy for all of us and gave a life lesson to stay human in the digital era. We would like to have a token of thank you for building this educational path for Poland, as you all know, for all summit participants, by Ms. Julia Polovsky, whose faith, trust, and courage brought us together to beautiful Florida. Last but not least, I would like to say thank you for these global lessons to cadre leaders, students, ambassadors, and especially for my side hacks to Miss Anne Wyland Cook, Alex, Parf, Case, and Angelina. Your thoughts and ideas help us to work towards mindful activities which spark conversations over the country's borders. See you in Krakow or doing 3D modeling online classes with all of you. Cheers, do widzenia.
Thank you very much. Switzerland.
Go through me. Hi guys, it was so great this week and it was so interesting, and thank you so much for letting us be a part of this. My friend Jill will tell you more about it.
Hello everyone, I am Jill. This summit was a great opportunity for me and my friends to speak English and meet new peoples from other countries. One of my favorite presentations was the PowerPoint presentation of Turkey. At first I thought that they just eat doner kebab, but they presented a different cuisine from there, so I have been really surprised about that. I wanted to thank all of the members of Pompano Beach High School, especially Miss Samaru, to make all of this happen. Even though I would have loved to meet everyone in real life and have fun with you guys.
Thank you very much. And next up, we have Turkey. A good segue.
Hello, my name is Zeynep Nisa. It was a pleasure and pride for me to attend the International Summit. I got very good information and friendships here. I got to know the different cultures. This one process where I have experience has an important place in my life. I believe that the pandemic we are struggling with will end and we will be together again on healthy days. Thank you very much, everyone, for everything.
Thank you very much. UK, United Kingdom.
Hello. My name is Hamza and I'm speaking on behalf of Christ College Finchley and myself from the UK. So throughout this very enjoyable and time-worthy summit I've taken part in, personally, I have been enriched and happy about how passionate teachers are towards students. I also remember one of my friends telling me about a teacher saying that she can't stop talking in her lessons. And for me, this is an amazing asset for a teacher to have because it shows that there is no limit to what you can learn. On top of that, I have learned that American teachers make the subject more enjoyable through the use of many things. For example, jokes that lighten up the mood and also make their lessons more practical and not just theory-based. Furthermore, the application process described to us in yesterday's meeting was very diverse and open to anyone, and it looks promising and a place where everyone can thrive in their education while still enjoying themselves. I would personally, and on behalf of my fellow classmates and Christ College Finchley, want to wish you all a warm thank you, and in particular, Pompano Beach High School for hosting this wholesome summit. And even though we are not there in person to experience this, we'll remember it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, Zimbabwe.
Hello, I'm Tapua. The question I got was there anything that you could have wished was done more differently? And my answer to that would be no, because this was my first summit and our first summit as a school, and everything from the hosting to our cadre leaders was great. I enjoyed everything. Everything was meaningful. It was educational. We had to learn different things, different cultures, different languages. Everyone was attentive. Everyone was curious about who the other person was, where they're from, what their country is like. And I would like to say thank you to Pompano Beach High School students. Thank you, Jill, for taking such a huge responsibility and giving us the opportunity to make new friends, meet people, different people across the world, and to just have something to do during this lockdown, for finding a way that we could be together, not physically, but virtually. And thank you so much for the host. Everything was amazing. Again, I appreciate you, and please stay safe. COVID is real. Wash your hands, sanitize, and thank you again.
Thank you very much. And we hope to see Zimbabwe at our next international summit. We hope to see you all at our next international summit. I know we have new partner schools on this virtual summit, and we hope when we all are able to do this in person that you will join us for the next time. We have Brazil here with us also. Unfortunately, she was not able to have any students with her, but we would love for her to share her experience from a teacher's and administrator's point of view of this summit. So, Thais.
Hello again, everybody. So nice to see you and meet you. Unfortunately, we don't have any kids on this summit because we are facing a hard time here in Brazil. Schools are closed yet, but they're trying to be open next Monday. We hope so. But it was an amazing experience to be with you. I was at the Pompano Beach High School 2 years ago, and I had an amazing time of my life. I met some incredible people. I made some new friends. I got the opportunity, my students and I got the opportunity to arrange another exchange programs with another countries like France. Natalie was such a nice partner. And I just want to thank you guys for this opportunity. And I want to encourage you to keep doing stuff like that, because it's amazing for kids and for administration and for teachers. And you can always count on me, because I'm there. I will be there for you every time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Thais. And thank you for all your help throughout this. Anytime I ask Thais for anything, she's like, okay, great, I'll do that right now. And what else do you need? She was right on top of it. Next, we want to hear from one of our Pompano Beach High School teachers, Mr. Horton. Are you on the line with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, Ms. Amaru. First, I would like to give everyone involved here, I want to thank you all. I know there's a lot of parts in motion here for this international summit. When I was first at Pompano years ago, I remember hearing the news of it, and I was extremely interested. And now that I'm back, it's amazing to see the growth of this summit, how much it's changed and how much it's grown. First, as a parent, I was very honored to know that my son was chosen to be part of this summit, and he's made friends with two very, very nice young men, one from India and one from Turkey. And I'm very jealous also, because I wish I had the opportunity to do this as a child. And I think that the reward is going to be unbelievable moving forward. I think he's going to continue interacting with them and sharing experiences, which is invaluable. As a teacher in the school, I'm very excited. As you can tell from my background, I changed it for the flags, for the international flags, and I actually asked all my students this whole week to do the same. We were guessing what countries the flags were, and to be honest, I was like a kid in a candy shop. I absolutely loved it. My students got into it, and we were sharing interesting facts also about the countries, and I learned as much as they did. So I really want to thank everybody, and I look forward to the next one in 2 years. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Horton. If I can make sure everyone has their microphones muted at this time. If you don't already, I'm trying to scroll up and down, but it takes very long since there's over 200 people on this call. All right, so we have something very special planned for you at this moment. We have been working, I know Jeffrey Drew, is he on with us now? I think he's on with somebody's camera. And we have our Swiss students in Switzerland who are going to try to do a collaboration piece together. And it is going to be, they're going to be singing and playing We Are the World by Michael Jackson, which I thought was very fitting for what we are going through at this time. So to make this possible, we are going to ask everyone to turn their cameras off to start, so we can just see just the performers, and then I will put in the chat when it is time for all of us to start turning cameras on to join them and to dance and sing along to their performance. So this is be the first time putting this live, so if everyone can please turn their cameras off, except for our two performers. You will see left on your screen our performers in Switzerland and Mr. Jeffrey Drew here in Pompano Beach High School's stage. So we can have all the rest of the cameras turned off, please. Alexandra. And there will be a time for you to turn your cameras back on. Alexandra, if you can hear me. And if you can turn your camera off just to start. And then we will let you know when you can turn it on. I will put it in the chat so we do not interrupt the song. So once you see in the chat, or once you see other people starting to turn their cameras on, you can turn your cameras on. So there's just one more student if you can turn your camera off.
Jack, turn your camera off. Jack from China?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
No, off, Jack.
杜志恒，把你的摄像头关了，不是开着，关了。
把摄像头关了。
Here we go. So without further ado, Jeffrey and our Swiss friends, Jill and Ruby, will be singing for us. Whenever you guys are ready, no pressure.
There comes a time when we need a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. I used to feel I should give away my heart, and it shows that fear of meeting them. Then I read the headlines, and it said the dying day, and it shows that we must heed instead. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones want to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Give in your heart. As you can feed them all. Then I read the paper, and it's got a new friend. And we will fall. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me.
You're muted.
Jill, you're muted. Oh, sorry. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Drew and Jill and Ruby from Switzerland for making that happen. We literally thought of the idea last night and they got together and said, okay, let's do this. So that's how we wanted to close today's ceremony. And then I want to turn it over. If everyone can please mute their microphones, we have a lot of feedback. I'm going to mute everybody. If I can. I don't see the mute button. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Thomas for his closing remarks.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you so much, Jeff and our girls from Switzerland. And I know that must have been an all-nighter getting that ready, but it was great. Thank you so much. Jill, I know you're highlighting me at this time, but I sent you a picture that I'd like you to share with everyone, if you could, please.
I can't use my phone.
It's in your email. You can do it. You're a tech person. While she's doing that, I just want to say thank you. There's so many stories that I can tell as how this came together. But I think my special moment came as I was in a cadre, and the cadre didn't have anybody in it, and I had an opportunity before I guess the teacher came in, which was good, Anna, to just kind of chat with the kids. And it was such a memorable moment for me to just be by myself and talk to kids. So that was really good. A special thank you to our students, the Pompano students, the cadre leaders, the country ambassadors. You are awesome in the way that the students from other countries spoke about you and how you supported them and everything. And I just want to say thank you to you for that. I wanted to share this picture because we cannot forget. We cannot forget what it is supposed to be. Yes, this was a successful summit, a virtual summit, but it's not meant to be that way. We are meant to be together, hugging each other, crying together as we are so happy that we had such a wonderful week. And this picture is what it's supposed to be. And soon, in 2023, while I won't be here, I know that picture will be taken with many of you who are in this call today to be present with us in 2023. With that, again, I just want to say thank you so much for all of you being able to participate in this virtual summit. And while we are unable to be together, but in spirit, we are. And as I told the adults today, we want to continue this process. Students, I want to challenge you. And I know one of you had mentioned that young people have to take ownership of this time because the world is so small. Don't let it go. Create some ways that you are going to continue to be together and reach out to one another. When you have a problem in school, a problem in math and science and social studies, reach out to your friends around the world to kind of solve it. I know the times is different and it's in what time is it in China? It's almost 11 o'clock in China right now, and it's only 10 o'clock here. That should not stop you from reaching out. This was not an easy thing to put together, but that did not stop us. John F. Kennedy, who was our president back in the 60s, when we were thinking about putting a man on the moon, said this, and I want you to remember it, said, we do these things not because they are easy, we do it because it is hard. And sometimes we want to do the easy thing. We want to do this summit not because it was easy, but we knew it was going to be hard. But look at where we are today. Look at all that we experienced this week. And it was because we knew we could do it. And I know you would benefit from it. I have been the benefit of this summit, and I hope you will also. And with that, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be reaching out to you again in the near future. And I want to challenge your students. I did this last summit. You have my email, and I'm on Teams, so you know how to reach me. I want to personally hear from you and tell me how you're doing. And I promise you, I will respond to you. I will come back and write back to you, but tell me how you are. And if you're ever in the United States, and when this pandemic is over, know that you have a home right here at Pompano Beach High School. We'll take you for a day, we'll take you for a week, we'll find a place for you to stay. Come to Pompano. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you and bye.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. It was wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Be safe, everyone.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much from Ireland, everybody. Goodbye. Thank you, Jill, especially, and to Mr. Thomas.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone. Lovely seeing you all from
Thank you,
Egypt.
friends.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you from Mexico.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you all. Hope to see you again sometime. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.